shall we just like go through the project while waiting for Matthew?
Hey there. Sorry, I'm here.
Oh man, perfect. Speak of the devil.
Spilled some food in my kitchen. Kind of a mess. So all good. Oh, this is recorded.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, I'll cut this part out. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna start sharing my screen again. All right. Thanks, team. So this is the crew. And last time me and Matthew, we did the smart contract after a larger team meeting with Nurchin. Nurchin is missing today, but she was here. After we planned the project, we decided to do the smart contract, and then Matthew and I just said, all right, let's just go for it. And we built this smart contract. But I'm a little hesitant to do this one because I really want Nurchin to be here while we're doing the front end. So it's probably gonna be somewhere here from my perspective, but what do you guys think? What are you thinking?
I think that's fair. My approach always to project like this is to have the UX or the prototype just to shape everything. I think the iteration comes quicker. Like you delay a little bit of the development time until you have like a better idea of what you want to build. Especially because this is heavily like the UX is a big part. Like it's what you actually ship to the consumer. This is a consumer-facing project, and literally should be driven by that, in my opinion. But everything works really. We're here for fun to play with technology. So whatever works, we can build this 30 different times. It's all right.
Okay. By the way, I'm on the same boat. What about you guys?
Yeah. I mean, all right, Sam, you go first.
I was gonna say that whatever you guys, I like the idea of doing. If you want to do the UX first, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Okay. And Matthew?
UX makes sense as well. Like to work from there, then work backwards.
Okay, sounds like a plan. I'm gonna look at our commits really quick. So last time, Matthew and I left at this commit dogshit.v0. So we have a sort of working social media smart contract, and then after that, based on a few pieces of feedback we got on Discord, I pushed 3 super quick commits. I'm gonna walk you through them. But before that, let's just review the contract real quick so we get grounded. And then we can start building the UX around it. It's relatively straightforward. We're basically storing almost everything on chain other than images, because I think that's a good opportunity to learn about IPFS and how to combine IPFS with EVM. So we got a post struct here as an author, has some content, and has a parent ID. And the parent ID is when it's a response or a reply to another post, basically. And then we have the user profile. They have a username and a bio. We're gonna add things like edit bio, etc., in a following iteration, or maybe not even. Maybe we'll just skip that part. And then we have a mapping of posts. It maps from the ID to the post. We have user profiles. a user's address is mapped to a profile struct which contains their username. We have whether something was liked and whether something is or someone is followed by someone. Then we have these actions: follow user, unfollow user. Yeah, set bio. Oh, I guess we did implement it. So we got set bio, like post, unlike post. We got this validator for the username. We have this logic for claiming a username. It has to be unique, and you can only do it once in this example. And then we have the post method, and we have the corresponding events in here. So it's a very dumbed down, super simple version of Twitter on chain. So let's go through the commits. This is the first thing I did after the review. I added the where is it? The parent ID here to do the replies. And then this was a quick fix to fix the events. And then I also ended up removing, so Matthew, you may recall, we used to have something like this here. And I removed that too because you may recall, we want to store data on chain as long as there is action that's gonna be taken on it. And the num likes, yes, we're gonna show it on the front end, but we can compute it on the indexer purely from the events. Like we can cache it basically. So I decided that it would be better to remove that from here, since we don't have actions that are like, oh, if the post has less than 10 likes, do this. If it's more than 15 likes, do that. Like, because we don't have those, I decided it's better if we just remove it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So this is where we are. So what do you guys think? Where should we take this?
Mainnet. No, it's all good. It's all very good.
So I mean, since we're working from the UX, we can like take each of these components and start making the UX. Then I'm sure we'll see other pieces that we'll need to add and connect together.
Okay, perfect. All right, man. Yay. Let's do this. I've never started a Figma project from scratch before. So maybe we should establish some, I don't know, goals and objectives in here. For example, probably not gonna go for anything pixel perfect. Not even sure if I can personally. Yeah, that's a good triangle, Matthew. Not a sorry, I mean rectangle. See, I can't fucking design. So
yeah, like we don't have to make it perfect either. Just like a wireframe, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys want to design for mobile first?
Yeah, let's do it. Mobile first.
Okay.
We do.
Oh, nice. We have an iPhone. How did you do that?
So if you go to that kind of like hashtag looking symbol in the top left, it'll show you common frames like iPhone 14, 13. I've used Figma a bit in the past.
That's cool.
Okay. Now, you know.
I also like Matthew's idea, by the way. An Apple Watch would be cool.
Yeah, we can have an Apple Watch in the iPhone 14. Oh, no, it's gone.
Okay. So maybe we can go through the main flows. Can you guys actually come to FigJam as well?
How do we do that?
Yeah. What's the whiteboard? Nice.
Yeah, maybe this is where we can go super high level and then maybe go a little more deeper on here and then just freestyle it on Storybook or something. Okay, I'm just gonna bullshit a bunch of very likely events or things that we care about. There is, I don't know, the login flow or sign in basically. Or yeah, let's do sign in. There's sign up.
The impact effort matrix sounds super interesting as something to do. Well, in general, maybe not about this project in particular, but and I like the templates here.
The impact matrix.
Impact matrix, yes, is where you put on a matrix the things that you want to implement, divided by impact and effort. So you would probably want to, work on the impact stuff that are not so much impactful on effort. But by having that presented to an exec, you can help them make better decision on how to do roadmap or
Right.
it's that kind of in between tool between business and tech that you kind of have to deal with when when dealing with the exec level.
Right. Okay, that sounds cool. Sounds like useful even for development though, like kind of going with like a lean methodology, knowing what features have like Pareto 80-20 rule, like what is actually worth working on right now versus what is flow.
Absolutely.
I'd be down to do that too if we have time. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds cool.
Am I missing anything? So we got sign in, sign up, maybe claim username and sign up is something that we do together. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe there's no sign up. Maybe you just Web3 sign in and that's it. That's probably the move. Post message, yeah. And then you have your feed showing other people's posts, including yours, along with the likes and everything. Basically it, right? Okay. So how do we do this? Do we just do you guys just want to take one and then just bullshit with it?
Wait, claim username could be in profile, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be a modal window that pops up as well. But
like what do you think should the user do, like to interact with the basic of the system? Like, can a user anonymously see the post?
I think that should be allowed, right?
Yeah.
But then if they like posts if they don't have a username, if they haven't signed up,
I think they should. That's the way we designed it. Actions are attached to your address. and you may or may not have a username attached to that address. So you can be like an unknown address, or you can claim a username for that address.
Okay. What's the benefit of having a username? Just for swag, or
like establishing presence and brand and recognition, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's easier to know who someone is based on their username than a huge string, I think, as well. Also, I think we should all just work on the feed together, because it kind of has like all the main components. Then we can just build on each other's ideas.
Okay. So let's make it big. Can you make? Yes.
If you want to approach the username like this, then I like my two idea of placing it as the profile, as part of the profile box.
Okay, let's do that.
I don't know if this is the best way to put
it gets the job done. Gets the job done.
Okay.
So this is gonna be the feed. People will eventually have avatars and stuff. There will be some text.
Where do you go? Well,
Could probably put post message even in the feed. Like maybe could be like the first box at the top. Like I think on Twitter they do this. I actually don't remember, but yeah, at the top it's like write message, whatever, and then post. And then as you scroll down, you start going to the feed. That way we don't have to make another video as well.
Nice. Okay.
I'll just put that here.
I mean, might as well start like putting in the shapes in there too.
I remember that on Twitter too as well. That was it. But now they have the plus button on the bottom right, and it's open up the.
True. Yes.
And lets you also see drafts. That's nice.
Yeah. Should we do the plus button then?
I mean, we should do yours. I'm just like putting shit in here.
Okay. Maybe the plus button just goes all the way to the top or something. It's not like the best UX, but like
But let's forget the plus button. Let's just keep it simple for now.
Okay.
And then the post will have some actions.
We allow the user to select an NFT as the profile picture.
Eventually, yes. We want to do that. Do we have anything like that right now? No, but we want to. We had this like contract address and token ID set up for profile picture to point to an NFT. We said we'll just get back to it. Okay, like, unlike, what else? technically there is, like retweeting. We don't have that. We could.
So we don't have any functionality for liking a reply, correct?
We do, since it's just a post.
Okay.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. What do you mean by that?
So you can reply to a post, right?
Yeah.
But is there any functionality for liking a reply to a post?
Yeah, because the way we model it is a reply is a post that has a parent ID. So a reply is a post. Therefore, it can be replied to, and it can also be liked, just like every other post.
Okay.
And the way we deal with this, by the way, so last post ID is set to 0. And before we post something, we increment last post ID. So there will be no post with ID 0. There just won't. Which means that if a post's parent ID is set to 0, it means it's a root post. It was not done as a reply to something else. But yeah, that's the idea. That's the data model. So we should work from there. So okay, there's reply, there's like, unlike. We could go for a retweet. Maybe we should, huh?
Sounds like it can be useful.
Oh, Vince is working on something interesting here. Okay. Oh, nice. Guys, Vince, if you don't mind, I'm gonna pull your stuff closer to the others so it's easier to fit into a screen so we can capture everything.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, sometimes everything, sometimes it doesn't. Like it's but it's great. Like part of the show, live show.
Yeah. So Sam, you're working on the threading logic, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And Matthew, what do you think about a retweet action?
I mean, I think it sounds cool.
Okay, because this does feel empty. I know it's not the good way to find the best, user functionality, but it does really feel empty. I just feel like adding something in there.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. We need to implement that logic though, right?
Yeah. I think we can. What's up? Someone was saying something?
Yeah, is it too obvious that we're all engineers and no designer?
I think it's painfully obvious. Like, I will not touch this bullshit. This is so bad, guys. What are we doing?
I was just looking in plugins to see if there are like fancy icons that we can use like right away.
That's a good idea, actually.
Like there is one called cryptocurrency icons, and it has a huge Bitcoin logo on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like.
For sign in, I think we could just create the header. Put that here.
This is a profile show, not profile edit. Maybe we should.
Oh,
we should.
I get it. Like separate them.
Yeah, this is maybe profile edit.
Yeah. So this is just normal profile, and then there's a tag or something. Tab, sorry, not tag. A tab to the followers and the following, huh?
Yes. Let's see.
Should we change profile, edit bio, claim handle to settings?
So that's the thing. It depends on who's looking at it, you know?
Exactly. So, because like the one on the left profile, that's when another user's looking at another user's profile, and the one on the right's when you're looking at your own profile, right?
Okay, so let's start with that. Basically, profile. This one is own. Sorry, this one is like other person, right? Third party, basically.
Yeah. But it's interesting too, because like when you look at someone's profile, though, you are looking at their feed, their independent feed, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna change this to settings. User.
Oh, interesting. So this is the feed of the third person. Okay. And it's basically whatever they've been tweeting or retweeting. And do we ever have anything like this for another person's profile? No, right? We only see their bio on their profile or their feed, basically, along with the tweets they've been sending. So we can basically signify that with this. A bunch of purple rectangles moving forward means the feed. Vince, can I change the color here to something else?
One, yes.
Wait, why did I lose the... Yeah, this one. Okay, perfect. This is what I want. And I'm gonna put the bio here. This basically can't edit since it's someone else's. Guys, who made the sign-in page?
That was me.
Looking real good, man. Looking real good.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's a header.
I love logo. It's so good.
Dude, I know. I put a lot of effort into that. I appreciate. Yes.
Oh, this is actually cool. So it's like how many levels deep should we go in threading?
I don't know. I mean, I think if we wanted to make the logic really simple, then instead of doing this where it's showing the entire thread, it would just be, if you wanted to see the replies of a reply, it would bring it, since a reply is a post, it would bring, so say I were to click like what I have highlighted now, it would open up to another post page with those replies.
We can begin that way, similar to Reddit, basically.
Yes, similar to Reddit. Yeah, instead of showing the whole thread, no matter how deeply nested it is, instead of doing that, we could just have a post page.
Yeah. And that also covers the third button, which is like view post or view replies. So you can click on this guy. And yeah, we don't do indentation then. It's just,
yeah.
And maybe we can show the number of replies if it exists. I don't know. How does Twitter do it? Actually, you know what? I don't want to look at Twitter. I'm not going to look at Twitter.
I am. Yeah, Twitter has some icons, and it basically are comments, retweets, likes, then the share button, and the first icon is tweet activity, which is, I think, only shown to the user that it's to your own tweets, pretty much. Pinning also is something that Twitter does. So you can, of course, put something cool that you want to see to be seen. Okay, but I'll stop. Let's not. We said not cheating. Twitter is cheating, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no cheating, guys. Come on.
Cheating.
In the main flows, what else are we missing? Yeah, we're missing follow. We may be missing like follows you. And then, yeah, like the following followers scene is also missing. That's it. So I'm gonna copy this here. I guess this always stays the same, huh? This part follows you, follow, unless it's you, I guess, but the bio, maybe we can remove the bio on the following.
When you go look at somebody profiles, the bio is the only place where you actually see it. So you probably want to keep that. Otherwise, it's never gonna be shown to somebody else. So this like, is on the follower page. Yeah, sure. I thought you were editing another one. Yeah, then remove it. Like, who cares?
Okay. I mean, maybe not. So
it's all right.
I'm gonna try something and then we'll see how that goes. So for example, we should also design a zoomed out profile card, right?
What do you mean by zoom out profile card?
So this is the zoomed in profile card.
Okay.
This is the zoomed in post. This is the zoomed out post. And this, where we display the followers and the following, that has to be the zoomed out profile, you know?
Okay.
Like list item version, basically. Probably this stuff is going to be in here. Probably I don't know, they're 0x. And if possible, their actual username.
And this can be the same for both followers and following, right?
Yeah. So.
And you don't need this orange thing, right?
So yeah, that's the other conversation. Do we? I think Vince was also saying we probably don't need it. So yeah, I'm gonna also say we can remove it.
Like Instagram or something, when you click on followers, it just like opens up like a list of all the people you're following or who are following you. So
remove?
Like this could be a modal window even.
Yeah.
This is fine, whatever. It's good.
Maybe eventually we can do stuff like you hover and then you get a super dense version of the profile page, but maybe that's just over engineering at that point. So
yeah,
cool. So.
Now, what are some cool like crypto things we can add? Like, what if you could just airdrop all your followers or something, or people you're following?
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I'll just make like a note thing.
How could that work? Okay, I'm also gonna add something to the fun ideas section.
Okay.
I hear this idea all the time, and I really dig it. And it is like, you know how social media right now is the gateway into the internet. A decentralized social media should be the gateway into the blockchain. So how cool would it be if there were sort of built-in, add-ons and customizable add-ons that would let you interface with protocols, deploy smart contracts where you can, I don't know, like imagine Uniswap building their decentralized social plugin here that allows you to interface with their protocol. Obviously, gonna invite a lot of scams, but I mean, this is not a real product, so could be like an interesting thing to build, Like imagine I post something and instead of a survey, which is like a sort of, interactable block in a tweet, it's a Uniswap token promotion, or it's me trying to sell my NFT. It's literally buy my NFT. You click it, you buy it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, like, that's interesting. What if you could like sell your NFT on the platform?
Yeah.
Yeah, just make a
and
post.
maybe the platform gets the fee for that transaction or not. I don't know, but that could be an interesting thing to build. So something like customizable third-party protocol blocks. Example, buy my NFT or use my Uniswap, or I don't know, join my, add liquidity to my Uniswap pool.
This could be a stretch, but like, should we allow users to message each other?
Like
privately?
DMs.
Yeah, that may be like a whole nother project in itself.
So that would help us learn a lot about things like end-to-end encryption, ZK sync maybe. I'm down to sort of add that as an exploration idea. So okay, so how are we feeling so far about this? Why don't we think about or go over like a complete end-to-end user experience, starting at the landing page, which by the way is a thing too. We need to have a landing page. And then let's try to sort of join these with the I think we zoomed out too much. Okay. So whatever, we don't need to use the connector tools, but you know, you're on the landing page. What's next?
You go into the feed.
Okay. You need to sign in, obviously, at first. So sign in header, sign out header. Well, let me take that back. You don't obviously need to sign in. You can still see stuff if you want without being signed in, right? But landing page should be something like, I don't know, start, join, sign up, and maybe like a few trending tweets, whatever that means in our case.
Yeah, what about an onboarding where you select your interests and then you get presented a feed that is relevant to such interests?
You think we can build that?
Yeah, eventually we need a feed that is personalized on a user profile. Otherwise, it's everybody is seeing the same feed. There is no point in following people if the feed presented is the same. It's not personalized with that information.
So you know, there would have to be some kind of like AI NLP component to that, which I'm actually down because that's another component I really want to learn.
Yeah, recommendation systems.
Yeah, it opens a whole like it can become like a very interesting product afterwards. But it's I mean, if we want to be for fun, then probably we just get a feed running and that's it.
Yeah, maybe we should just do that first, then do the AI thing.
I mean, yeah, I also feel pretty strongly about starting this way, and then adding those like crazy things, you know, on the go. But I'm actually excited about that because right now, like in my engineering career, there are two main topics that I really want to go deep in, and those are blockchain and machine learning. So this would be like a cool way to combine those in a hands-on project.
I agree. And to like add to that, I think something that would be really cool. I don't know if this is possible. If anyone is in AI here, let me know. But this is an idea I've been thinking about. when I'm on like Instagram, I have my Discover shows up, and there's a whole bunch of weird things that are showing up, and I'm like, okay, not interested, not interested. But it takes kind of forever for it to change. But it would be so cool if I can go into my own, like look at my own model, and then start taking away like features, right? I don't know if even that's the right word, but like for example, if it's like dogs, cat, it'll show me like what my interests are pointing to, and perhaps we could say dogs, cats, NFTs, whatever, right? Then I could be like, okay, I don't want to see dogs anymore, so like, go away, cats, bye, and then I'll just have NFTs, or I can like look at them in percentage wise as well and like adjust. I think that would be so cool. Like if we built a model like that, that would be insane.
How about having like yourself being able to create your own feeds? Like for example, there must be a feed for work that you like to follow on your 9 to 5, and that's AI technology and maybe some business related stuff. And then on your spare time, you like to watch on feeds with posts related to Netflix shows or football or soccer or whatever. Because now it's all like a huge mix. In Instagram, as you said, is a huge mix, and you can easily get things out. You don't control the algorithm controls you. So yeah, in a way, it's like giving back the user the ability to do good shit with their own time, to
Right.
be in control of the algorithm. That seems pretty good, to be honest.
I like the idea to like compartmentalize and have like different feeds. Like your algorithm like still directs you, but you can like have like different models that you can dive into. That's interesting. I like that. Anyways,
Almost
that's kind of like
playlists.
big project probably after this. Like that's a whole thing in itself.
Okay, so let's try to wrap the design phase up. And quick aside, do we need to take this to Figma and process it into a better design, or can we just roll with this and just like build some random stuff on Storybook and eventually stick it together into a user experience? Or do you guys think we should go a little deeper in establishing like a little bit of a look, style, brand,
I think like we just did this to just see what the key features and functionalities are. So I don't think we should go deeper into the design. And if we want someone to do the design, we should just like grab someone from What's Up Dog and like have them do it. In my opinion. But like from here, like now we've like distilled like what all the main features are, and then we can now like think about what to build to make those things come to life.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's helpful to shape the database, the indexer, all the backend processes, the API and whatnot. So maybe translate this to like to something more technical-ish, like a feature list or something, and then we branch out and see implementation of that features. But otherwise, it's okay. Like we just have a visualization of what we want to achieve. And
yeah, actually, and to like add on top of what you're saying, like we can create like the feature list, and then we can just create the API, even like the schema of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then from there, like keep going backwards. Like if we have the schema, then I mean things even more simplified.
Yeah,
Okay.
even a technical line of how the data flows. So what basically Karen did last time with the arrows pointing at each other.
This one?
Yeah, pretty much. Where is it? I don't see the screen, but yeah, the last time the accelerator that I did last time. That's just a way, solid point to start to do like a proper tech design and see flows, see how data goes from the user to the system, and then to the API.
Nice. What time is it there, Vince?
It's 5:18.
Okay.
PM.
Yeah. And any plans for New Year? I think we may want to wrap up soon for you, at least.
No, yeah, just dinner with friends. Nothing much. Just very chill. How about yourself?
I might go meet one of our clients. It's the same company we were talking about, Peas, and just jam with them a little bit to have them ship and close the end of the year. I need to hit the gym. Today's upper body day. It's important.
Gains.
Yeah. And then no plans for New Year's, but tomorrow I'm gonna go hit a jazz cafe with my girlfriend to start the year the right way.
Nice.
How about you guys? Sam?
I don't have too many plans actually. I'm in Concord, Massachusetts, which is kind of a boring suburb outside of Boston. So there's not that much going on here, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna relax and yeah, not too many plans.
So I have a younger brother, and he did his undergrad in a similar setting, a suburb around Boston. He was in Waltham.
Oh, Waltham, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, is that what school was that?
It's Brandeis.
Brandeis, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Boston, boring suburbs, man. It's the life. It's a good way. It's a good life.
The roast.
Yeah.
All suburbs, man.
So what do you guys think? Should we keep this one short, wrap it up, and then get to coding next time?
I'm thinking like, what can we do now that will give us actionable steps for next week, so we can actually do a little bit of coding.
Maybe we should set the scene for next week, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the things we can do? Maybe we can do the skeleton in the monorepo a little bit, like
also for the indexer, I don't know. I think it's going to be really difficult. So I think for the sake of time, we should just use the graph and make a subgraph and just try to build this thing quick. And then after we've done that, once you have the indexer set up, we can really just connect everything together. And then when we have more time or extra time, we can start building the indexer in Rust or Golang. What do you think about that? Because I think that'll be kind of a block for quite a while.
So
unless someone knows how to build an indexer, then
I've done it a few times, but I don't think I feel still super comfortable building custom indexers. The graph is a technology that I've been meaning to learn and try. Okay. I've done a very small sort of scratching the surface type thing, but Sam, you may remember we were doing this sort of together for Curate. I'm down. The things that I need to that we need to figure out are how to run the graph on a local operating system. It's one thing that I've been trying to do and couldn't do it last time. I don't want to publish a bunch of graphs on testnets and publish a bunch of contracts on testnets and have to have an internet access to develop. I want to learn and figure out how to basically take that open source framework, which is the graph, and it's built on Postgres and IPFS. So you need to be able to run those locally as well, which you can do with Docker Compose. But I didn't get too far. So maybe next time we can do that local setup and then build inside it. That's my suggestion. But what do you guys think?
Wait, why do we have to build it using a local operating system? What's the benefit of that?
So a few things. First, the indexer that the graph uses internally in their isolated sort of network internally, those nodes, they save it into a Postgres database.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Like, you don't have access to that database directly if you use the network, because you just have the GraphQL API. But like, imagine actually accessing that database directly, because it's your database. So that's one thing I want to do, because at the end of the day, the job of an indexer is putting shit in a database. And if we depend on the graph to be our indexer layer, we're still basically depending on an API that we don't own to serve our users their data. So there still is the task of putting that data in the database. Like, you have to do that somehow, because we're not just gonna, serve the data as it is. I'm sure we will add some off-chain, potentially relational data to that data that comes from the blockchain. And basically, I just want to potentially see ways to remove that layer of having to connect to a third-party API. But maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe we can literally just directly use the graph API. But in general, also as a rule of thumb, I like having every single component I use in a way that can run on the local machine.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, definitely, I've used the graph personally. We can use a GraphQL API to do everything you're doing, but like, I think you have some valuable points about running things locally and having like full control over the system itself.
But yeah, guys, like, I'm also down to go. I don't have a lot of conviction. It's just, I'm actually glad you asked, because it was just a general feeling. I don't have a super solid sort of, reason for it, but it just feels right that way.
Yeah, I think if we want to build fast using the GraphQL, the graph out of the box is probably the way to go. Just use a GraphQL API, and then you can use it to grab the data. I mean, we can also like shape it too, in the way that we want it to be. And then we can start working on the Golang backend API, and then hooking that up to stuff.
So that will look like this. Smart contracts indexer, that becomes the GraphQL API, which there's no database at this point. And we do this. I'm down to give this a shot. This could be like a super fast, agile way of doing this.
Exactly. Yeah, and then we can come back.
And we deploy the contract to Gurley or something, because it has to be on a network, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, I think we got a plan. So next time we're gonna deploy this. We're gonna do the graph, and then we're gonna build the UX on top.
Awesome.
Okay. Peace, guys. Thank you very much.